Good afternoon. I am Dr Saibaba Goud, running the school and college for the visually challenged. That is, okay, it is in, okay. Dear friend, in our country, the blindness is more because of ignorance and poverty. Before 1984, the many children were dying before their birthday. The reason was because of malnutrition and also lack of immunization. After 1984, when Dr. Drayton took over as the director of UNICEF, there was immunization was made universal. That is, every child should be immunized before 6 months of age. That was introduced, and simultaneously the massive vitamin A program in our country started in all primary health centers to reach all the children before 6 months up to the age of 5. This has reduced incidence of blindness in our country. But unfortunately, there are a lot of infections, and also in our country, the consanguineous marriages taking place in close relatives is responsible for blindness in our country. So, I am practicing ophthalmologist. In practice, I see number of children losing sight at the age of 1 year, 2 years or 3 years just because of consanguineous marriages, infections and sometimes injuries also. These children were deprived of education. The main way of survival of blind is either they should beg and survive, beg at home or in the street or with the government and survive. The second option is education. Our Swami Vivekananda, having toured Europe and America places, he has seen people enjoying with their education. He had tears in his eyes when he saw our people in the country, that people were lacking education. So he thought education is only responsible for poverty. So here in our country, the blind children only way is to beg and survive. That is chosen practice in our country. The best way is to educate them and deviate to the life with self-esteem. I, as a practicing ophthalmologist, in my practice and also in my rural camps, we have seen number of children who are blind and begging on the streets and not going for education. The secondly, as a practitioner, we have seen people who are begging, not going to the schools. Fortunately, the government and NGOs have started good number of schools for education of the blind. But unfortunately, all these schools run by the government and also the NGOs in our country are in their local languages. And they are not having enough reading material and they are not having enough teaching material and qualified teachers. There are no qualified teachers to teach the visually challenged, and at the same time there are no braille books, there are no other appliances which are necessary for education of the blind. One day what happened, when I was practicing in the clinic, one couple had come with a blind child of 4 years old. And that child, after examination, I told the parents that the child will not restore the vision by any means, by operation or glasses or medicines. At that time, another boy entered in my chamber with the chocolates. He was distributing chocolates in to all the patients, and he came inside and he gave the chocolate to the blind boy. The blind boy did not take it. I took that chocolate and gave to the blind boy. He was happy to eat it. The parents started crying because the child was not able to see the chocolate. That's why he didn't take it. So that was the case in which it moved my mind. We discussed at home, myself and my wife, we discussed this is what is happening. So what we can do for these people? We thought the only way is to start an English medium school for the blind. It was in the year 1992, we started the school with 4 children. And slowly, of course, the strength has increased. Initially, many people thought that this school will not run. The reason is that children who are blind cannot learn English, and the parents will not send them, and it will not survive. The second thing is, we told from the beginning that these children will be given free food, education and accommodation. And that was acceptable by many people, but my friends and other people, they said, how long this is going to survive free? Who is going to support? The parents, are they sending the children to the school? And English medium, the parents, especially the rural people, they will not understand English. How do they send their children to the school? So these type of questions were raised, but we were confident that we will be successful. It took nearly 5 to 6 years for us to survive. And the people started realizing that the children will go to the school and learn, and it will be a successful program. From then onwards, they started supporting the school. That is one aspect. In the year 1999, I went to America on invitation to attend an international conference. That time, the IBM has introduced a software for the blind, that is JAWS software. And I saw it. It was very nice because the paper, if you keep on computer, the JAWS software will read and the people will understand the subject. It will give the spelling, it will give the meaning, it will give the different axes also. So that's how I thought the children will be benefited, and immediately in the 2000, first time in the country, we started the JAWS software in our school. And subsequently, of course, today we have more than 20 different varieties of software for the visually challenged to learn, read and write. And there is one software with us, which suppose you keep a book on the computer, it will translate into braille and the braille print will come. That is, for example, if you have a textbook of 10th class, and that can be printed into braille with the help of software. We have lot of printers which will convert and print the braille subject into pages. There is one software that is 4x4 braille printer. Suppose if you have a 200 pages book, you keep it and that will print without any disturbance. All the printed pages will come in a book form, and you can staple it and use as a book for the blind. So the thing is, it is not just the braille books. Now the concept is changed. The children are using the computers and software. In our school, from 6th standard, we teach them the use of keyboard and the computers. The keyboard is the same. Please understand, it is not a different keyboard. It is a same keyboard. You have seen the typist, no? He won't look at the letters. He will just type. That is because of the practice and understanding of the letters. So similarly, these blind people, without any difference, they use the same keyboard and use it. Our vision is to educate the more and more blind in English medium and see that they will compete with the normal children. Our main aim is blind need opportunity. Opportunity for what? For education. Education like any one of us. We don't want to give sympathy. Sympathy in the sense, suppose you come across a blind boy or a beggar on the street, you give 5 rupees or 10 rupees, you think that we have done a great thing. But after 4 hours, again that fellow becomes hungry and he has to beg somewhere else. So that type of attitude, let us change. Only our job is to create awareness in the public and see that they will go to the school and study. Here in our country, only 15% of the children have an access to the school because there are no sufficient number of schools, sufficient staff is not there, sufficient learning material is also not there. So that's why only 15% have access, even that too they are not coming. As a result, what is happening? We are resulting in poverty. Poverty due to lack of facilities, trained teachers and teaching material. Because they are not educated, it is resulting in the poverty. Poverty leads to begging and they become economical burden to the country. We don't want that. What we want is they should be productive and they should earn like any one of us. They should live with self-esteem. Of course, the causes of blindness are number more because of consanguineous marriages in our country. And in our country, the blindness is more because of the consanguineous marriages. That is close relatives, manner competitive. Sister's son, sister's daughter getting married to brother's son or brother's daughter, it is resulting into this eye problem, hearing problem and also somehow heart problems. So that's why please discourage consanguineous marriages. Then why we have started the school, I just told about the blind child and all. Because I became an eye doctor, because I was a very brilliant student in medical college. I could have got any subject in my post-graduation. But because my father had cataract in both eyes and he was totally blind. When he was totally blind, he was operated for cataract and later he got full vision. He could see everything. A day before he was not able to see, but today with glass he was able to see. He was so happy. He was not educated. He was so happy. He was called me, you come here. Then he said, can you become a doctor like this? So I said immediately I accepted it and I became a doctor because of my father's desire. And today, you see in our school and college, we have over 600 students. These parents, when they come to us, they had tears in their eyes. What is the future of this child? How to look after? After my death, who will look after? These type of questions are raised by the parents. But today we are very proud that we are able to wipe the tears of the parents and the parents are happy and they have tears of happiness in it. Why? I told no, because there is no option for blind. There is no treatment and only option, the way is only to educate them. That is the road never traveled by anyone because we are the first people in the country to start an English medium to the school. Many people will think that we must do something for blind, we must do something for blind, and always they think like that only, but they will not come forward to take the risk and do this. And today we have shown to the world that the blind can be educated and they can become anything, and we can make them near normal. Of course, not totally normal, but we can make them near normal. What is Devnar? People ask me what is Devnar. So Devnar is, Dev means God, Nar means man. You see God in every human being. As Swami Vivekananda said, you see God in human suffering, who is in front of you. You need not go to temples, but your God is in front of you, who is suffering. Take care of him, and God will definitely bless you. And Leo Tolstoy also said, Kingdom of God is within you. And even Islam also says, there is hardly a thin line between God and yourself. And you always believe that helping the people who are suffering and in front of you, it is always better. If the blind are neglected, they lose the earning capacity. And today's society has neglected them. Even today, 100% population of blind are not provided right to education. Right to education we have in the Constitution, but we are not providing the right to education, and it is leading to unemployment and dependency. As long as you discard them, as long as you don't accept them as a normal, you will lead into poverty, and also these children will be dependent. Now, when we started the school, initially society was not accepting it. The parents, especially the girls too, were not sent to the school, all. When we started the school and hostel, providing everything free, third of the girls are studying, and they have got very good qualification, and also they are all employed in the government, private, and also multinational companies. Today, dear friend, it has become a role model for the entire world, not for India, entire world. The reason is such a big number of students coming from all over the country and educated, providing all facilities free, and the standard of education is very high. All the teachers in our school are well qualified, well trained, and also they are result oriented. They are dedicated for the education of the visually challenged. This is a quality education in our school with provision of all the material. These children, as I told you, from 6th standard they are provided with the computer learning. By the time they come out, they become experts in using the computers and software. Today, the students who have graduated from our school are studying in Hyderabad Central University, Delhi University, national law colleges in the country, and they are studying in IIIT and IIT also. One boy is studying here, our blind boy. So that this year, 3 boys got admission in IIM Ahmedabad, and 2 got admission in one Rohtak and one Indore. So that is, we are not doing any miracles in the school. Please listen to me. We are only treating them like a normal, providing quality food, quality education, encouraging them to study, and they are doing. They are successful. I just tell one more example. One boy studied only up to 10th in our school. Later he did polytechnic. Later he joined engineering through lateral entry second year. Then that boy was employed in software company. He went on changing. Today he is the vice president of JP Morgan International Company. Imagine, vice president, that level he has reached. The people who have done law course have become executive legal advisor in ONGC. One boy is a legal advisor in Coal India Limited, and one boy is assistant judge for the High Court. So this capacity they are having and they are learning, they are coming up in life. It is Devanar is only providing the quality education, quality teaching and material, education material. Dear friends, you will be surprised to know anything live in the world today is old in our school. The people from Sri Lanka, Cambodia, Ethiopia, Somalia visited our school. 2 months back, we had 9 teachers from Sweden came and observed how we are teaching the blind, how the successful we are, and they said we will implement in our schools in Sweden. So that is the capacity of visually challenged children studying in a standard school. Devanar Foundation for Blind is only interested in providing the facilities, the quality education and also the quality food for them. We provide free food, education and accommodation and uniform to all the children irrespective of the caste, religion, place and also financial, because we don't charge anything. Some children are coming from rich families, but even then we want to treat every child as equal and normal. That's why we don't charge anything from anyone. This is of course a statistic of no use. Till 1999, there were no sufficient braille books, inadequate teaching material, and there were no sports. Today, we train them in cricket. In Devanar, we have 3 boys who represented the country in international cricket tournament and won the World Cup 2 times. We have chess players. We train them in chess. You know, you also can play chess with the blind. That is a wonderful game. And here we have a teacher who teaches the children. Every year for last 12 years, we have been conducting All India chess tournaments for blind. All India chess tournaments for blind. And last in summer, when our children will go away and hostel becomes vacant, we conduct, it is a week-long program. And last year we had about 243 chess players coming from all over the India and participated. This year again we want to do it, and we have already communicated. We are expecting nearly 400 chess players this year. It is a competition and it is federating, not just a game, play and go. The successful players will be sent for international tournaments for chess. And we have one player who represented India and gone to Spain. He won the 4th prize at the international level. Apart from that, they also play the carom board. Of course, the coins, all rules are different. Only the chess, the rules are the same, where sighted people also can play with the blind children. Now they are capable of sending emails and they can prepare PowerPoint presentation. We are having a digital library We are the first people to introduce digital library in a blind school. Talking book library. Now, by introduction of the software and computers, now the freedom of expression, access to computers, the freedom to receive and send emails, freedom to read any printed book, any printed book, documentation, they can write it, they can correct it. And we have one software that is called Mountbatten Electronic Braille Writer, which you can type it and that will be printed in Braille. They type in Braille, it can be printed in normal text. So that means they can correspond with any one of us. They, of course, because of the internet and all, they can read any book, any stories. Ours is ideal institute because we have got Braille books, teaching, all teaching aids. Nothing is lacking in our school. We have got all teaching aids, modern technology, digital library, computer labs. We have four computer labs, 2 for the school and 2 for college, with all softwares, and 1 is only laptops. 1 computer lab is only with the laptop. These are the different softwares. Today, our children are working in state government, central government, multinational companies, working as a lawyers, journalists, and chartered accountants and bank officials. More than 60 students who have passed out are working at different nationalized banks and earning, and they are paying tax. Recently, the tax level is increased, but even in spite of that, they have to pay because their salary is more than 1 lakh per month. We do conduct awareness camps. We have a mobile van which goes to villages and we screen adult blind. For adult blind, we have vocational training program so that they can do some work and earn for themselves. Sitting at home, they can do some work. Secondly, we have glasses, the cups, and even this paper, tissue paper, they all make it and sell in the market. And in the rural areas, whenever we come across the blind children, we direct them to the school for admission. We create awareness in the public to educate their children. Here, one example I tell you, Tandur is a place which is about 60 kilometers from Hyderabad, where we conducted a camp. In that camp, I saw a blind boy brought by mother for checkup. I checked up and said, "Mother, this boy will not get sight. He is totally blind and which is irreversible. Please admit in our school, and if you permit, in our own vehicle now we will take to the school and admit in the hostel." The mother was not willing. She said, no, we can't survive without that boy. The boy should be always with us. Then I said, why don't you also come? We will give some job for you. So that also see. Ultimately, with the help of local leaders, she accepted to send the child. Then she went home. She said, I will tell my husband and take his permission. So that fellow also came. He said, no, we don't send the child. So ultimately, why he is not sending the child? The child is begging in the street. And the mother and father are sitting at home, not doing any work and living on that. So that is attitude. Let us change this charity-based approach to rights-based approach that the child should but get educated. So we were not successful. We could not convince them. So that is what is happening in our country. Please, all of you, concentrate on motivating these children for education. We have a resource center. This is for slow learners. We have special teachers for them to learn to the extent possible, because what happens if they are even if they get through intermediate level also, they will get some government job as a sweeper or something, and so that they will get some salary. Those who are brilliant, they will come up. Parent counseling. Parent counseling, that is also very important, because the parents sometimes, they bring the child and after some time they take away. They don't send again. They say the child had fever, mother had fever, grandmother expired. Like that, they will give some lame excuses. So there we must again tell them that value of education. These problems will definitely come to each and everybody, but your education of your child is very important. Like that, we do parent counseling and see that there is no dropout in the school. Mobile van, I told you. This is our mobile van. Mobile van, we also identify cataract cases, and if they are poor people with cataract, we have got our own hospital. We bring them to our hospital and do free operation, give 1 day food, 1 month of medicines, and send them back. What is our real accomplishment? That is, it has become a role model in the world today. Role model for education of the visually challenged. And we have shown to the public what these blind people can do, what these people can learn, how these people can be trained, how they can be educated. It is only our willingness to accept them as a normal instead of rejecting them, instead of denying education. This is when I met a Sri Lankan president and showed him regarding our help to them. These are the people who have visited our school, different countries. She is from Cambodia. She is from Ethiopia. Ethiopian president wife. She came here to see the facilities. And I explained how to improve the facilities. Of course, these alumni, you all know that many students are working in the bank and also private. And today they are able to pay the taxes to the children, taxes to the government. To that level we can bring them, provided we educate the visually challenged. Dear friends, value of education, education and education alone will change. Today, if you have invited me here, that is not because I am just Dr. Saibaba Goud. I am MS, PhD and running the school for blind has got some value. Similarly, I request every one of you to help the cause. It is not just surviving ourselves. And let us try to help the people in and around to the extent possible. I don't say you leave your family and go with it. I don't want you to take up a sannyasa and help others. You live with a family and help the people who are in and around. See, at least one person is coming up in life with your support. Any questions you can ask? If you have any, I think you are all from different states, right? So if you have a blind child from any part of your place, please send to us without hesitation. We admit any part of the year. We don't say June, July. Till March we admit. Because the parents should get confidence that the child has got future.